Hello and welcome to another episode of JHN Travels. It's about the halfway point of JHN Travels now. This is the 13th video and I've got 27 in total. I've got a few final videos, which are the last two, and that's why things won't add up properly. If you calculate it, 12 weeks at 2 videos a week is only 24. Obviously one is an introduction, that's 25, and then the last two, making 27, will be the final videos. Let's talk about where I am today. So I've left probably one of the most iconic places in Australia, Sydney, and what I'm doing now is going to perhaps some places you've never heard of before. One is Newcastle, and next I'll be going to Port Macquarie. So Newcastle, it's a pretty nice beach. It reminds me a lot of Cornwall, rough seas. It's not the best day today, but let me show you around. So we have the raging ocean on one side, and on the other side some lovely sand dunes. I'm walking along the beach. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's very flat. The sand is incredibly flat, not bumpy like the UK, and there's no unspoilt pieces like footprints or anything like that on it. I'm walking along it, it's almost like an optical illusion. It seems really weird where the beach is incredibly flat. It's like a mirror surface. It makes your eyes go funny anyway. So now we've got to the 6-week stage. I just want to give you a little update. I done a blog, I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks in, explaining the realism of travel. Now at the 6-week point, how am I feeling? Well, I'm certainly more settled in. Settled being the wrong word, because you never settle, and that's what you have to get used to. You're constantly on the move, you constantly have to change things all the time. You're lucky if you get to pack your bag properly in the morning. It is a very different lifestyle. As I said, it's certainly not relaxing, sometimes quite stressful. But what's great being on the move is that you get to see a lot of places. You could travel differently and maybe spend a year or just 3 months in one place. I could have done just the east coast of Australia in 3 months. However, staying in each place longer would have made me feel more comfortable. I would have got used to it more, but I certainly wouldn't have seen as much or explored much or got as much experience. Experience is a key word as well. I think you certainly don't maybe learn as much. You don't become more knowledgeable, but you certainly become more experienced. And what is the difference? Think of it like a job. They're not just looking for your A-level results or your university degree. They're looking for your experience in life as well. So hopefully this will make me a little bit more experienced, and I'm certainly enjoying it more now. 6 weeks to go. It seems, when you say that, it seems like it's only the halfway point. It seems like I've got ages to go yet. But I am looking forward to getting home, but at the same time I can't wait to explore the rest of Australia. There's not a whole lot to talk about here in Newcastle. There's a pretty cool rock that sticks out on the beach, but apart from that, there's not a lot. But what I do want to say while I'm here is a little bit about Australia as a whole. I've seen the cities obviously so far. People aren't as friendly as I've already mentioned, but at the moment it seems a little bit like England. The cities are similar to London, the beaches are similar to Cornwall, or perhaps even your local beach like Broadstairs or the southeast coast there. What's quite different, I suppose, is the nature, but I haven't explored that yet. So at the moment I do honestly feel like I'm in England. When I was in New Zealand or Fiji, I had that excitement that I was somewhere new. I almost couldn't believe I was in New Zealand, I couldn't believe I was in Fiji, but here I can sort of believe I'm in Australia because it just seems like I'm walking down my local coast. So what I'm hoping is things are going to change. So I suppose so far this video has been a lot more talking than anything else. However, when I get to Port Macquarie, hopefully I can show you some interesting stuff there. This was Newcastle. It's alright. It's your standard English coast if you've never been there. Hello and welcome to Port Macquarie. The Australians say the name quite differently, but I can't get my tongue around it, so we'll just call it Port Macquarie. And take a look at that. Finally, it feels like I'm actually in Australia. This is the point on the east coast where we've exited London and the cities and the English towns, and we're actually somewhere in Australia. And a minute ago I just saw a sign the cars had to watch out in the next 4 kilometres for koalas. So I'm going to have a look. I'm also going to a koala sanctuary today, which a hospital actually for koalas, so that should be quite good. But this is just absolutely amazing. I also just want to talk about the bush here, as they call it. It's the rainforest. Now in New Zealand the only danger is the climate. However, apart from that, it's pretty safe in the bush. However, here it's extremely dangerous, so you always have to be looking out for snakes and spiders. As a final note to this video, I've already put it up on social media, but I just repeat it on here. If you have any questions, then please send them in. You can comment on Facebook, you can comment on Instagram, you can direct message me on Instagram, you can WhatsApp me if you have that, you can comment on a YouTube video like this. You could do any way you can think possible of contacting me and ask me a question of what you want to know about my travels overall. At the end, I'm going to be pairing up with the lovely Dan, and he's going to be questioning the questions that you send in. So far I've got nothing, so please send in some questions so we can put a video together. And hopefully Dan can ask me some questions and I can sum up my travels overall as a finale, one of the finale videos of the two. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you did like it, then please do give it a like. If you want to see more, then subscribe and turn on your notifications so you know when the next JHN Travels video is out. And finally, comment below on any questions you may have.